friends. Good morning. My name is Miss Ruin. Today we're going to be talking about three different functions for solving word problems. Now, before we begin, did we have any questions about last night's homework? No, and everyone put it on my desk, correct? Excellent. Okay, well, let's get started. The three different functions that we're going to be talking about today are the guess and check, using algebra, and using a bar model. Okay. Now, one friend might find using the bar model easier than using algebra, or one friend might like doing algebra, whereas they don't really care to use the bar model. We're going to be using the same word problem, but I'm going to show you the three different ways that you could work. And the three different ways you're going to see we get the same answer. Okay, so it's just whichever one that you feel comfortable working with. All right, so do we have any questions? Now, okay, let's get started with the first one. The first one is going to be the guess and check. The guess and check steps include, first, read the problem and color code your word problem. Second, think about what the problem is asking you. What is the word problem asking you? What are you trying to figure out? Okay? Number three, make a guess. Now, if you make a guess, you may get lucky and get it correct the first time. You may not. Okay, that's why it's called guess and check. You're going to make the best guess that you could make, and then if you're wrong, that's okay. You're gonna keep trying. That's step number 5. Keep trying. You're gonna use what you learned, and then you're gonna try and make a better guess. Now, if you if you make a guess, which is number 3, and number 4, you check your answer and you're correct, you're lucky. Then you would just stop at number 4. All right, let's begin. Adriana has been promoted to the head salesperson of an art gallery. Adriana has 2 choices as to how she will be paid. She could receive $50 for every art piece she sells, or, Julio, she can receive $250 a week plus $25 for every art piece she sells. In the past year, she has averaged 9.3 sales per week. However, Adriana's goal is to sell more art pieces this year. Which plan would be a better plan for her? Okay, now, since it is a lot of information that we're covering, I passed these out at the beginning of class. This will have your definitions on here for you. It will have the example problems written down, and then it has also the practice problems, which I did not work out for you. You will be working them out as we go. Okay, but it does have information on the definitions, the steps, and then the practice problems. Okay, these will go in your math notebooks, and I will be checking them as y'all are working on your work when we finish. Okay, so let's move on to the guess and check. Now, the guess and check, you could start by plugging in numbers. Okay. Very, very important that you label. You label your, your table that you make. All right. Now let's say we're going to color code it first. We read our problem. Second, we're going to color code. She can receive $50 for every art piece, or she can receive $250 a week plus an additional $25 for every art piece. Now they're asking you which would be a better plan? Okay, so 3 things that we need to know when we're trying to figure the answer out to this word problem. We have to know the sales. Then we have plan A, which plan A, she receives $50 for every art piece. So she has to, in order to get paid, she has to sell an art piece. Plan B is she gets $250 a week plus $25 for every art piece she sells. So plan B is $250 plus $25 additional dollars per art piece. Okay? So what we did was, if you look at your notes, now if Adriana on plan A, if Adriana sells 0 art pieces, will she make money? No, she won't, because plan A, she has to sell, she gets $50 for every art piece. So if she didn't sell an art piece that week, she doesn't get paid any money. Whereas in plan B, if she didn't sell an art piece, right, she still gets paid $250. But will she get her additional $25? She will not get her additional $25 because she will receive $250 a week plus $25 for every art piece. But she didn't sell any art pieces on this week. Okay? All right. So let's, I wrote it on the board and kind of broke it down for you. If Adriana sold 2 pieces, art pieces, with plan A, she would get $50. So what you could do is 50 plus 50 is $100. Or if you like multiplying better, you could do 50 because she gets $50 times 2, which would be $100. Okay, and you would just kind of go on. Now, I did it. You could do 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and go until we're trying to find out how many she has to sell before the plan equals out, until she gets the same amount of money. Okay, so you could do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or you could just kind of guess. I, did it by multiples of 2, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Okay. So if she, on plan B, if she sells 2, she's going to get the $250, but she's also going to get $25 per art piece. So you would do the 250 plus the 25 plus the 25, which would equal 300. Okay? All right. 4 art pieces, if she sold 4 art pieces with plan A, you could do 50 plus 50 plus 50 plus 50, 4 50s, or you could do 50 times 4, which will give you 200. Or you could do 100 plus 100. So there's different ways that you could do it, okay? And so on and so forth. So on plan B, if she sold 4, she would get $350. On plan A, if she sold 6, she would get 300. Plan B, 6, she would get 400. They're still not the same. We're looking for when in the chart will it be equal? Okay. 8 at $50, she would get 400. Plan B, she would get 450. If she sold 10 art pieces, she got $50 per art piece, it would be 500. And with plan B, she would get 200 plus the 25 at 10 art pieces, it would be $500. Okay? So, plan A would be better if she sold a lot of them, but plan B would be better if she sold less. So she has to sell at least 10. Okay, she has to sell at least 10. Now, if you notice, plan A goes up $100 each time, whereas plan B goes up $50 each time. Okay? So that means that Adriana makes the same amount of money, the $500, same amount of money under both plans if she sells at least 10 art pieces a month. Okay? Her average was 9.3 sales per week. So if Adriana thinks that she'll sell more than 10 pieces of art, then plan A would be better. Okay? So any questions on how we got, you just kind of have to set it up and you guess and check. I guess if she sold 0, she would get 0 but 250. And then I was like, well, guess and check. So just guess a number, plug it in, and then check it. And if it doesn't match up, then you just keep going and going. Okay?